Well, hello everybody. This is Peter. Welcome to my YouTube channel here. Today we're going to discuss my WebSDR. I've had the WebSDR up for a few years now. I actually put out a video about it, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, and right after I got the site up and running. So anyway, we're going to discuss the WebSDR today. We'll talk a little bit more in detail about it and go over maybe some of the features and some of the new things I put in there and all that sort of thing. So with that, let's go ahead and go and look at the screen. So you can see here I've got this is the screen when you first go to the site. When you get to the site, which is the Sebago Lake SDR.us, then it's :8901. Anyway, when you first get to the site, and I'll put the a link to it here in the video here. So this is what you get when you open it up. This is pretty much the screen that you presented with. So it's pretty well zoomed out. And what it is so what we can do is if you go to max in, so we'll hit max in here, and it centers in at 3885 kilohertz, which is bing 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 the AM window on 75 meters on the 75 meter band. And well, that's done for a reason. I'm an AM guy, so and a lot of the folks that I talk with are AM folks too. So a lot of the AM guys use this, but really people use it all over. So now that's the upper window. The lower window is 6 meters. I added 6 meters. I think maybe 3 or 4 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. I don't quite remember when. So that's here too, and you can see here a couple of things that get going here. I do have labels on, and you can add labels. I'll tell you how to do that a little bit later. So anyway, it opens to this mode too. So if you want to, if you prefer, it opens a spectrum mode. So if you prefer to look at it in WebSDR, in waterfall, all you do is just get down to view and then change it to waterfall. I generally find that the weak signal one is usually the better one. So, but I'm going to put it back to spectrum, and that's kind of the way it is. So we're back to there. We can now you can choose any one of several modes. You can look at CW. You can look at lower sideband, upper sideband, of course AM, FM, and so there's narrow single sideband modes and AM modes. Down here and you can also choose you can choose the band that you want to have dialed in to listen to, and you can also choose in terms of viewing. You can also choose whether you can show just one of the bands if you want. You don't have to show them both, and that is right here in the control panel. It's up to you if you want to have them both there or just one there. I personally like to have them both there, so it's up to you. Also down here you can put in memories, and you can see here I've got some memories here for both AM, the 3085 AM, and also on some of the 6 meter ones too. So if we zoom out a little bit, you can see there's some activity going on the band here. We've got up around 3920. Let's go ahead and unmute it, mute the audio, and we could. This looks like an AM transmission down here at 3810. Let's see. So we can zoom in on them a little bit here. Oops. Oops. There we go. So there's an AM signal there, and then I can, and we can go ahead and zoom out of that, and maybe we can go up here. You can see here. These are. If you put in memories, it'll actually flag them on here, so it makes it kind of useful for that. And the single sideband operates the same way. With down in this band, it would be lower sideband. So just looking at the recall here, we can go to recall. Let's recall the Seagull net. And let's see if we can center that on the screen, and then zoom in. They're not on yet. Zoom in, and you can see that's where we would be if we were interested in that. But we can move this down here and listen to these guys. So there you go. This single sideband there. So I'm going to go ahead and mute that, and then go over some of the features here too. So anyway, so as you see here, the speed is just how fast it's going to refresh. I have it on slow. You can go faster. You can see it refreshes faster. I find on slow it works just as well. I'm perfectly happy with that. So that's pretty much the controls up here too. Down here you can see the users, the fellow users are on here. You can see I'm on here. You can see some of the other guys on here too. Now, oh, by the way, when you use it, I really ask people to chime in, to put your call in, and let me know, and let the users know who's on here if you're using it. It's a lot better than just if you get on with an IP address. It just is nice to know who's using it. People use it all over the world. There's a lot of Europeans that use this WebSDR. It would be kind of nice to know who's using it. So you don't have to do it, but I think it's nice. We've got a chat box down here too. There's somebody in France who just said bonjour, and so you can enter in the you can put information in here and ask questions and so forth, so on. That's all part of the chat box. Now sometimes the chat box, what you see in the chat box, could disappear. That could happen if we've had, for example, a power outage that would last, say, more than 2 or 3 hours, or if if I didn't run the generator or something like that. We do have the WebSDR is on a UPS, but the UPS is only good for 2 or 3 hours. Of course, there's a pretty good chance that if I'm home, I'm probably going to run the generator, so it probably wouldn't lose it. But once in a while, screwy things happen, and as I noted here, my daughter was vacuuming. It was about a month ago, and accidentally hit the WebSDR, and off the air it went. So I'll show that to you in a couple of minutes. I also this past year or so, I did add this solar index band condition information here, and you can see down here the only thing that really seems to be active right now that seems to be good is 6 meters. So maybe 6 meters will come alive, though I don't see much going on there right now. But I'm not really zoomed out there either, though, that much. So that really is how this thing works. If you're using Chrome, up in the top right corner up here, you want to click that to get your, if you got no audio. In fact, I find that I use Chrome here, that you do need to click that to get the audio, and then you should be all set. So that really is pretty much how you use this foolish SDR, and I hope everybody likes it. Also, I wanted to show you the site is the organization, and the guy who wrote the software is Peter, who was over in the Netherlands, and good guy, and he wrote all the software for this. So I'm not the genius to this. He is. So we just had to make it work in this particular location, and so forth, so on. Now, it wasn't, if you want to put your own WebSDR in, it wasn't for, it's not particularly easy. The Peter's call, PA3FWM. It's not overly easy to do the WebSDR. Obviously we got to get it approved through him and all that kind of thing. But it can be done. I needed some help. So I just wanted to show you here. You look down here, and there's the Sebago Lake WebSDR. So it shows it here with 8 users on it. These what I did was I asked it to look for North American WebSDRs. These are all very, very similar to mine. You can see there's quite a few of them. And you can see here, where they are. You can actually zoom in here, and see the locations of where they are in the U.S. So and there we are here. There's the WebSDR here, right up here next to Sebago Lake. This is actually off a little bit. I'm actually right off Sebago Lake. So there you go. So that's the story on that. So other things of interest. There's the WebSDR, the picture on the left. It's an HP i7. It's got pretty good horsepower, so that works pretty well. It's just sitting on the floor here in the office with the two dongles connected to it, and that's all the receivers are. They're just relatively cheap dongles. I don't have any bandpass filters on the 80 meter side because I've got a tuner on it, and that works quite well. The 6 meter side, I do have a bandpass filter on it, and that seemed to help. And then over on the right, you can see the display of the computer display for that machine. It's and Linux is it's a Linux operating system, and we use Linux Mint here. So there you go. That's the basic run through on my little my little WebSDR. So if you do want to put your own WebSDR in, you contact Peter there. He's got contact information. Like I said, it's not quite for the weak of heart to put it in. In fact, I needed help. I'm not strong on Linux, and I enlisted the help of both Steve WA1STH, he and I put our machines in around the same time, and in fact, both he and I enlisted the help of Mike K3FES. So that worked. So Mike was a great help, and really got the machine up and running for me. So that was a great help. So there you go. That is the story. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to make some comments. I'd love to see some comments about it. If you have any questions concerning the WebSDR, go ahead. I'd be honored if you subscribe too. That's always a nice thing, especially as I'm going to be spending a little bit more time on the WebSDR. No, sorry, a little bit more time in YouTube here over the next year or so. We're going to do some upgrades and so forth, so on. So hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for tuning in.